Today we're diving into a significant historical event, the Brighton Hotel Bombing of 1984, which was a major moment during the Troubles in Northern Ireland. Can we start by discussing the context in which this bombing took place and the motivations behind it?
Absolutely. The bombing was orchestrated by the Provisional Irish Republican Army, targeting then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and her cabinet. The root motivations were deeply tied to the Irish hunger strikes of 1981, where 10 prisoners died. Thatcher's refusal to grant special category status to these prisoners made her a key figure that the IRA sought to eliminate.
That's an important link to note. How did the IRA specifically plan and execute this attack on the Grand Hotel in Brighton?
The planning took about 2 years. They conducted surveillance on Thatcher's movements and even targeted prior Conservative Party conferences. Patrick Magee was the bomb maker, and he registered at the hotel under an alias weeks before the attack, where he planted a large gelinate bomb in his hotel room.
Can you describe the specifics of the bombing itself? What happened when the bomb detonated?
The bomb exploded at 2:54 a.m. on October 12th, as most guests were asleep. The force of the explosion was devastating, displacing chimney stacks and causing chaos throughout the hotel's upper floors. Tragically, 5 people lost their lives, and many were injured.
It's chilling how close Thatcher came to being killed. What was her response in the immediate aftermath of the bombing?
Despite the tragedy, Thatcher decided to continue the Conservative Party conference later that morning, showing immense resolve. She delivered a speech emphasizing the failure of the attack to disrupt democracy. This decision drew both admiration and criticism.
In terms of the investigation that followed, how did authorities manage to track down Magee?
The investigation was lengthy. Initially, they found a partial palm print on the hotel registration card, which linked back to Magee. It took months of forensic work, but ultimately, authorities were able to connect Magee to the bombing based on surveillance and other evidence.
What was the outcome of Magee's trial?
Magee was tried in 1986 and received 8 life sentences. He was later released in 1999 as part of the Good Friday Agreement, which sparked considerable debate around justice and reconciliation in the context of the Troubles.
That release certainly raised eyebrows. Can you elaborate on the long-term repercussions of the bombing on British and Northern Irish politics?
The bombing led to a complete overhaul of security protocols during political events in the UK. It heightened awareness and changed how politicians managed security, marking the end of a somewhat more relaxed approach. This attack also reinforced Thatcher's hardline stance against the IRA.
Could you talk about the public and political reactions to the bombing?
Responses were mixed. While many world leaders condemned the attack, some segments of the British public had a curious reaction towards Thatcher, with some expressing disappointment that she survived. This paradox reveals the deep polarization in British-Irish relations during this period.
What does this event mean for understanding the Troubles as a whole?
The Brighton bombing illustrates the intense conflict and the lengths to which groups would go to achieve their goals. It also serves as a turning point in the public perception of violence as a tool for political gain and arguably catalyzed future negotiations for peace.
Finally, how has the legacy of the Brighton bombing influenced subsequent narratives about the Troubles?
It's essential in how history remembers the conflict. The bombing has been analyzed in various media, showcasing the complexities and atrocities of that time. It's a reminder of the violent past, while also emphasizing the strides taken towards peace in Northern Ireland.